Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Making a big foreign policy speech when you're running for president is always going to make news, but when the candidate is Donald Trump, it becomes a major set-piece event. Hardly surprising, given what Mr. Trump has said, that as president he'd build a wall on the Mexican border, block all immigration from Muslim countries and let Japan and Saudi Arabia have nuclear weapons, amongst many other things. Well, he shed more light tonight on what a foreign policy under a President Trump would look like.
Trump may be in trouble at the polls, but he's in no mood to compromise. This was the latest vision of his foreign policy, and it was vintage Trump.
We will have to temporarily suspend immigration from some of the most dangerous and volatile regions of the world that have a history of exporting terrorism. Not for us. Not for us.
And he talked about introducing tougher entry requirements for some visitors to ensure they share American values.
I call it extreme vetting. I call it extreme vetting.
He blamed President Obama for the rise of ISIS directly and said he would choose America's future allies based on their opposition to Islamist terrorism.
And any country which shares this goal will be our ally. We cannot always choose our friends, but we can never fail to recognize our enemies.
That's a signal for a closer relationship with this man, Vladimir Putin, and Russia. Something his opponents mock him for.
I know Russia well. I had a major event in Russia 2 or 3 years ago, Miss Universe contest.
Trump's opponents consistently exploit what they say is Trump's weakness on foreign affairs.
If Putin wants to go in, and I got to know him very well because we were both on 60 Minutes.
Today, Hillary Clinton, out on the campaign trail in Pennsylvania, again twisted the credibility knife.
You know, sometimes he says he won't tell anyone what he'll do because he wants to keep his plan, quote, secret. And then it turns out the secret is he has no plan.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
Trump's speech leaves no doubt about the values he believes will take him to the White House. His supporters will have liked it as much as his opponents will have loathed it.
Penny's in Washington. Penny, was there anything really new or detailed in his speech tonight?
Yes, he talked a bit more about this extreme vetting and what a Trump term that is, extreme vetting. Basically, he's talked about building a wall between Mexico and the US, but this is some sort of wall between America and the rest of the world, vetting as many as 100 million visitors came to Florida alone last year. Imagine it, vetting everybody who sets foot in the US. Now, it seems that it's already creating a backlash even amongst Republicans, who some are calling it unworkable and un-American. But I think it's too early, again, to really write Trump off. He seems to get more extreme when he's down in the polls, which is the situation at the moment. He plays to the crowds. But there's a long way to go. And in some ways, being the underdog and having the disapproval of the establishment could work in his favor in the long term.
Penny in Washington, thanks very much indeed.
I've been getting away